Hey everybody, today we are going to be taking a tour of downtown Durham in North Carolina. If you're interested in Durham, you'll want to stick around.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel or welcome back. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. You can also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video, which is weekly. That number on the screen, we put it there because we are licensed real estate brokers, which means as much as we love to make these videos for you, we love to help you with your real estate needs even more. So if you have any questions about the area or about real estate, feel free to hit us up. We'd love to chat with you. So today's video, I'm super pumped about it for a couple reasons. One, because we have this awesome view. Cindy actually found this location, so kudos to you.
You're welcome.
But today we're going to be doing a tour of downtown Durham. And I think it's going to be really helpful for those of you who are interested in Durham. And it's actually nice because Durham splits up the city, the downtown, into multiple districts. So we're just going to be covering those districts and kind of show you what it looks like and what locations are there as far as amenities go. So with all that being said, let's get after it.
So like Zach mentioned, downtown Durham is broken into districts, so we're just gonna start going through the different districts and we'll show you around. So the first one is right behind us where we're filming, and that's the American Tobacco District. Probably one of the more well-known parts of downtown Durham, and personally one of my favorite parts. You kind of see in the background there's some towers and the DPAC. So American Tobacco Campus was what Durham was built on the tobacco industry way back in the day, and then as tobacco kind of died out, the buildings were left behind and vacant for a really long time, and about 20 years ago they kind of started a renaissance of downtown Durham with renovating these buildings and making them into what Durham is known for today, which is like a hip food scene, lots of fun shopping, retail, residential places to live. So it's really cool going back into American Tobacco because they did such a good job renovating the area.
There's a fake river that cuts down it, which is really neat. Yeah, the fake
river. It's just peaceful. It was Lucky Strike Tobacco is the brand, so you'll see like a Lucky Strike water tower and then like I think it's a smokestack back there that's still there, so you can still see a lot of that rich history that's there, and they have preserved it really well. When you walk inside some of the buildings, you can read a lot about the history of the tobacco industry in Durham and kind of what took place then and what the buildings were used for, which was really neat.
There's a couple restaurants there. There's not many. Honestly, that's the downside of it. I feel like there should be more restaurants at American Tobacco. It's such a huge complex. There should be a little more, but there are a few. There's a really good coffee shop that just moved in there called Press. The Durham Bulls Stadium is there, so minor league baseball. If you love baseball, it's a great option. Like Cindy said, the DPAC. So if you like off-Broadway shows, it's a really good option. But all in all, I would say this is my second favorite district.
Yeah.
I have a first favorite.
Yeah.
But
American Tobacco is my top, but like Zach mentioned, there's a fake river that runs through. There's lots of grassy sitting areas in the summer. There's a lot of live music. In winter, they do like Christmas music and things like that, performances. They do little markets there. So it's really just a great place to go.
It is.
Our first date was actually in the American Tobacco.
It was.
By accident. That's where we ended up.
I failed miserably.
At the pizza place, Smell and Mushroom. Really good pizza. Highly recommend. But yeah, and like Zach mentioned, the Durham Bulls baseball stadium is there, and right behind the DPAC, there's a great restaurant we're going to shout out called Tobacco Road Sports Cafe. One of the things that makes it a great restaurant is the location. So you kind of walk up the stairs to get in, and if you want to sit outside, they have a really big patio area that overlooks the ball stadium. So if you get lucky enough to get a table on the patio on a day that they're playing, you can watch the game from up there.
Yeah, you
don't have to buy a ticket. So it's
really
kind of
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you'll see them practicing out there, and it's just a great view even if they're not playing. So good restaurant, good view. So yeah, it's a great spot.
All right, so the next district we're going to talk about is the Brightleaf and Warehouse District. So Brightleaf's really cool. It's like this, like, tucked away. It's almost like a little alley.
Yeah.
And there's some restaurants there. There used to be more. There was that Mexican restaurant that ended up closing, which was really sad because it was really cool. But there's a brewery there as well in the back corner that we used to go play trivia at.
Yeah.
And always lost. Terrible at trivia.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's there. And then the Warehouse District really includes a lot of apartment complexes.
Yeah,
so West End
if
apartment.
you're looking to like rent in downtown Durham, not that it's the only place to rent, but there is a lot. Like the big one in that area is called West End. So that area, there's just a lot of restaurants, but there's also a lot of apartments, and they're cool because they're historic buildings, more tobacco buildings. It was the Liggett Myers tobacco buildings back in the day, and now those are mostly apartments, but they're really interesting because the windows are like floor to ceiling in some of them.
Yeah, it's really cool. They're really neat.
They have a warehouse feel. So it's a neat area. There's West End Wine Bar, which is pretty popular down there, and then It's a Southern Thing is a cool restaurant that's in that area. They have a lot of like stereotypical Southern food, so that's kind of a cute place to check out for sure. Yeah,
but it's a really neat place. Brightleaf, when it's at night, they string the lights up. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's really pretty. They typically do have live music there in the summer as well, so just a fun spot to go. There's some ice cream places. Sorry, not multiple, but there's an ice cream place in there. There's like a crafting DIY spot in there. It's just a cool little complex.
Yeah,
for sure.
it is.
The third district we're going to talk about is Central Park. So the Central Park district, this one's Zach's favorite.
It is my favorite. It is far and away my number one.
Yeah, so Central Park, obviously, hence the name. There's a park there called Central Park.
It's a real small park. It's
yeah,
not
real
big.
small.
Yeah,
it's got some playground equipment and a skate park, which is kind of neat. The only one, I'm pretty sure it's the only one in Durham that I'm aware of, but I could be wrong.
I think it is.
But yeah, so it's a cool area. What makes it really well known is that it's the home of the farmers market. So there's kind of like a big green lawn area and some covered area for the Durham farmers market. There's always a ton of food trucks around there during the farmers market. You know, obviously local fruits, vegetables, flowers, anything you can think of from a farmers market's right there.
There's a Rise biscuit. I think we mentioned this in another video, but there's a Rise biscuit and donuts there. Their chicken biscuit with pimento cheese on it is just, it's amazing.
It's good. The donuts are where it's at Rise. But yeah, there's a lot there, and that area seems to be expanding the most right now. You just see a lot of like cranes and construction going on there for new condo buildings, new apartments, new restaurants, anything you can think of. The Google Cloud Services Department is moving out in that area of downtown Durham, which is kind of cool. But I think too, there's great well-known restaurants in all of the districts in Durham, but there's a lot of good ones that are like staples in Durham, I would say, in the Central Park area. One is called King's Sandwich Shop. It's been there. It's probably the oldest restaurant downtown, if I had to guess. Historic, like landmark type place, just like a hole in the wall. You can get like hot dogs and things there, which is cool. And then another well-known one is just right across the street from it called Gear Street Garden. Really well known. They have good Sunday brunch. So definitely a good place to check out over there. A lot of breweries.
The old Bulls Stadium is over there.
Yeah, the original Durham Bulls Stadium.
Yeah, the original Durham Bulls Stadium is there.
And it's still used for like college games and other baseball teams in the area. So that's kind of cool.
Full Steam Brewery is there. They used to, I assume they still do it. We used to do like a run club there every Wednesday?
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it was every Wednesday. They would do like a little run, which was really neat.
Downtown Durham.
Motor Co. They do live music at Motor Co. The Durham Food Hall is there, so it's basically like a mall food hall, but it's downtown and it's got some.
It's cooler than a mall.
I guess it's like a more hip mall food court, but it's just downtown. There's a arcade, like one of those arcades that's like designed to attract people like our age, I guess.
Yeah, and also Urban Axe is the Axe place down there.
It's just a Cocoa Cinnamon, probably the most well-known coffee shop in Durham. It's just a stacked area.
Yeah,
so there's a ton to do and a ton to see and a ton to eat in a very small, concentrated part of Durham.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah, it's a great little section for sure. It has a lot of character to it, and like Zach said, it's probably the most stacked. Like you could spend a week in just that area and not hit all of the restaurants.
Yeah,
and stuff
it's really
that it
good.
has to offer. So
Yeah.
it's a good one. So our next district is the Cinty Center district.
Cinty Center.
City Center. City Center. It's a little hard to say.
Is
so,
it?
Yeah, it's kind of the central part of downtown, City Center. What really marks it as being well known now. Do you want me to start over?
No, I love it. It's great.
What really marks it is the City Center Plaza and the building. It's called One City Center. It's probably the tallest, I think it is the tallest building in downtown Durham. There's condos and apartments in there. I think there's like some meeting spaces and things like that, but really nice, like luxury building, high rise. So that was completed a few years ago, and that's kind of like reshaped that part of town, I would say. So surrounding that, there's a lot of restaurants and things to do.
Yep.
Right in the middle of City Center is like a infamous statue of a bull. So
Yeah.
Durham is Durham bulls. So like that's our thing around here is bulls. So there's a statue of a bull, so you can go take your picture with the bull
Yep.
statue in downtown Durham and City Center. Lots of restaurants right in that area. A cool new ice cream shop opened this year called Simon Says
Yeah.
Dip This. It's really cool. You'll
It's
have to
really
look it
neat.
up.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really neat. We enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Tons of flavors, and it's just a unique ice cream experience for
Yeah.
sure.
Bull City Burger and Brewery is also there. They do this. It's a normal like burger shop, but I mean it's really good burgers. But they do the exotic meat week or whatever they call it.
Yes.
And I don't know about I don't know if they did it last year, but 2 years ago they did tarantulas,
Yeah.
which is really
I'm not okay with it.
I can't. I'm terrified of spiders. I couldn't even go there when they had those there, even though like
Zach refused to step foot in it.
I don't know how you eat that. I don't know.
But as we're making it sound terrible, it's one of our favorite restaurants.
It is one of our favorites, but I couldn't go in there when they
Yeah.
had tarantulas.
Yeah.
That's
Everything-
just bizarre to me.
Yeah, everything there's like local, and they do like all the toppings are only when they're actually in season, so it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. A little annoying at times because sometimes you just want like a tomato, but they're not in season. But they're around
sure.
most of the time. But it is such a good
It is
spot
really
there. Like a nice vibe and everything. Also there, one of my favorite spots to go downtown is it's been about 5 years or so since it's open, but it's called the Durham Hotel, and it is. I don't really know how to describe. It feels like vintage kind of, but
Yeah, it's like
also
retro.
modern. Yeah, retro is a good way to describe
Yeah.
it. But it has a rooftop bar, so you can go up there and you can see all of Durham, which is really cool. And it's just a beautiful building. You can stay in the hotel if you wanted to, but you don't have to stay in the hotel to enjoy the amenities of the Durham Hotel. There's like kind of like a coffee spot on the lobby floor, and then on the top is the rooftop bar, and then another one right there is called the Unscripted Hotel. That one does really feel retro.
Yeah.
Very like 50s, 60s vibe, and they have a rooftop element as well. Not quite as tall up as the Durham Hotel, but also a really cute spot. So City Center, you definitely don't want to miss out on checking out all that there is around there. One of the most important things about it is the Carolina Theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Carolina
historic
Theater.
spot. It's really neat.
It's a historic spot, historic landmark. So you can catch shows there at the Carolina Theater. Not as big as like the D-Pack or anything, but
it's really cool.
yeah, it's a
really
great
cool.
spot. It's a beautiful theater.
Yeah. The last district that we're going to talk about is the Golden Belt District. So it actually was not based on tobacco. It was a textile district. And there's not a ton there, but there is a really cool brewery called Highwire. Highwire. I don't. My accent, yeah. But they originated in Asheville, and they have a location here, and it's massive.
It's
like
really
the
big.
inside of this place is huge, and there's some like cool games they have set up, and it's a family friendly atmosphere. It's a really neat spot.
Yeah,
So,
I think there are often a lot of food trucks there too. And that textile mill type building, they've renovated it. There's like art studio space in there. There's like
There's a wedding venue there.
spot called the Cotton Room, which is really beautiful. A lot of the Golden Belt District is more like older historic housing is out there, and then a lot of the city's government buildings are towards that way as well. So not quite as much to like eat and do down there, but there is a little bit, and it's fun to at least drive through or walk through because that textile mill building that was there is really beautiful.
It is really beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, we just told you that was our last district was the Golden Belt, but we are going to throw in a bonus district. It's not technically downtown, but it's right on the outskirts, and it is Duke University's East Campus.
Yeah.
So East Campus, it feels like it's practically downtown, has a downtown vibe, but
it's not far away.
Yeah, it's not far away. It's still off the same. You just take Main Street, you keep going down, you'll be at Duke's East Campus. But over off Duke's East Campus is a street called 9th Street, and it is just like quintessential Durham.
It is.
I love it. It's changed through the years, but I remember going there as a kid and just all the local spots that are there. Some of them are still there. It's grown a lot, but it's a really fun street to walk down. There's great restaurants there. Probably one of my favorite restaurants in Durham is called Elmo's Diner, and it is located on 9th Street. It's been there forever. I went there as a kid. We used to go there all the time on Saturdays for brunch. Now we have toddlers, so Saturday brunch is not a thing anymore.
We don't have weekends anymore. They don't exist.
But it is a family-friendly spot. Despite that, our toddlers just aren't really like eat at restaurant type people yet. But it's like your classic diner feel. Like there's a bar you can sit at and things like that. So 9th Street is just really fun. There's a lot of good restaurants and stuff down on 9th Street.
Yeah, your grocery stores there. There's a Harris Teeter there. There's a Whole Foods there. It is a neat spot, and it's a historic spot. So it's fun. So definitely check it out while you're here. There is a good amount of the housing on that side is more like student type housing, but it's not exclusively like Duke student area or anything like that. It's definitely like great for anyone to go check it out. And there is also a bakery that's been there for a really long time to check out called the Mad Hatter. You can get food there, but they also have baked goods and things like that. So it's a fun lunch spot as well. Yeah. All right, thanks so much for watching today's video. It is insanely bright. I feel like I've squinted the entire video, and it is ridiculously hot. So we're in November now, and my phone is overheating. We had to pause for a second because it overheated, but it's ridiculous.
It's not really that hot outside. I think it's just that we're on top of a parking deck.
No, I'm sweating profusely.
I feel like we're like
it's hot.
Leagues closer to the sun or something.
No, it's hot.
Know, but
so,
it's
but anyway,
only 75.
It's 80.
Maybe on the parking deck, Tom.
It's hot. But thanks so much for watching today's video. We hope you found some value in it. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. Also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video, which is every Friday. That number on the screen, that is our number. We're the ones that answer those phone calls and text messages. So if you have any questions about the area or about real estate, we'd love to chat with you. So feel free to hit us up. My email is below as well, so you can reach out that way. And then
you can also reach out to us on social media or on our website. So to go to our website, you can just go to honeycutrealtors.com or on social media, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Honeycut Realtors. So we'd love to chat with you any way you want to get in touch. We are here.
Yeah, but thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.